So, has anyone ever talked to you about your nervous system and how that kind of affects your pain?
No, not really.
Okay, so I'm going to use some drawings and then just some examples to try and explain it to you. So the way that pain works is that you're going to get a signal. So let's say you step on a nail, okay? So there are sensors and nerve endings in the bottom of your foot that are going to send a signal to your brain and tell you, hey, that hurts. There's something in your foot. That was painful. So with chronic pain, those signals kind of get amplified because you're in pain so often that your threshold, so let's say, I'm gonna say just a normal person who's not in pain. Normal is not really the word I'm looking for, but we'll just say an everyday person who may not be experiencing pain the same way that you are. So we have a threshold for pain to where it's gonna give you a signal and tell you like that hurts, that's painful. So their threshold is gonna be up here. So they're gonna get that pain signal sent to their brain, and it's gonna take all of this time for it to get to your brain and say that's painful. Whereas your threshold is here. So it's kind of like it's oversensitized right now. So you're getting that pain signal and it's almost immediately coming to your brain and telling you like that hurts. Let's stop doing whatever this is or whatever. So with this example, can you kind of explain what I just said with the threshold thing for pain?
Yeah. For myself with chronic pain, I register it faster, I guess. So if I like step on a nail, or if I do something that hurts, I realize it quicker than like a normal person would. So
right.
Would that mean that like if something's less intense, I feel it is more intense?
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it can be even like, you put on a sweatshirt and that might feel painful to you on your arms. Like your sensors are just kind of oversensitized, and you might have more of them too because your body's been in pain for so long. Gotcha. That it's just putting these sensors out, like everything's hurt, everything's painful. So you put on your sweatshirt and you're like, it hurts your arms to put them on, like just the brush of the sweatshirt on your arm. So yeah, that's a great example. Like things that might not be painful to somebody else are painful for you because of how sensitized your system is. So other things that can contribute to worsening your pain can be things like stress. Stress can make your pain worse. Fear of movement can make your pain worse. And then tissue damage is a reason for pain, but pain does not always mean that there is tissue damage. So kind of like what we've seen with you, like we're not really seeing tissue damage come up in any imaging that you've had or stuff like that. So it does not always correlate to something is like injured or torn or ripped or whatever. It could just mean the tissue is just irritated. It doesn't mean that there's something like wrong with it.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense. What else? So do you feel like your pain changes when you have other changes in your life? Like stress or lack of sleep or?
Definitely. Like, yeah, I get less sleep than normal, wake up and like, the whole day stuff is more sore, more achy, more pain, more sharper pains, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I definitely feel that.
For sure. And then it's the same with like you have temperature sensors. So I don't know if you've heard people talk about like when it's cold out, my knees hurt. Or like I'm more achy when it's cold out or something like that. So it's the same kind of thing. Like there's a lot of things that can impact your pain, and it doesn't necessarily mean that there is tissue damage.
Yeah, I definitely feel it like around the holidays and stuff too, with family stress.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's all I've got for now. Does that all make sense to kind of what's going on with you?
Yeah.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
Oops.